As a product manager, my recommendation to everyone who wants to become an AI product manager is to go ahead and understand this framework which the mighty Marty Kagan has given. If you are building any product, you have to look at it from four angles. The first angle is easy, whether it is valuable for the people or not. If there is no reason to exist for this product in the life of the user, it should not exist. Second is usable. Can people use it, which is the UI UX part of it? Is it feasible? Can the tech create it? What models are you going to use? What is the tech infrastructure? What is the data science and ML behind the same? How is it scalable, structured? And then whether it makes sense for the business or not, which is viable. Generally, valuable and viable are PM responsibilities. Usable is a designer's responsibility if you are talking about a product with a GUI, or if you are talking about an API product, then it is the responsibility of someone who is writing the documentation and all. And then there is feasibility, who is an engineer's job. The most important mistake or the critical mistake that people are making these days is they just think about AI as this. I should straight away, if I want to become an AI product manager, I should straight away get into statistics. So they try to understand what AI and ML is. Then they get into neural networks. Then they get into data science. Then they get into understanding what are the mathematics behind it. Then they go into statistics. And by that period of time, your motivation to go ahead and do something, build something has already gone out. Right. So if you go ahead and understand, there's an Instagram story that the creators of Instagram did not know how to code, but they were very driven by that idea of going ahead and creating an app that is going to do something. Okay, it was not Instagram at that period of time, but they were very ambitious about it. They were very excited about it. So they carried that excitement. Understand that motivation is perishable. Your motivation, your inspiration is perishable. So if you just go ahead and try to do the wrong things at the right time, it is not going to work. So make sure that you go ahead and start with a purpose. And your purpose as a product manager is understand, even if you are good with tech, what will happen is the company has employed much better engineers than you. So let the best people do the job. I'm not saying that you should not understand tech. You should understand tech. Everyone should understand tech. But understand, you should understand your limitations and you should play on your strengths. Basics is good, but do not try to get into the details prematurely. Once you join a company, you understand that these are the nuances I want to understand, then you can learn. But right now, as a product manager, you can contribute the most in the valuable part and the viable part, right? So if you look at products such as Perplexity, everyone talks about it's an AI product, LLM products and all, but boss, try to understand that if I divide Perplexity into these four parts, the first part is the product is usable. Even if it is using the most complicated AI in the world, most costly AI, but if it does not serve the purpose, it is not going to be there. So product manager has to define the same. So if I talk about the valuable, as a researcher, as a user who is a researcher, I want to be able to accelerate my research process. As a researcher, I want to check the sources of information in the LLM generated content. As a researcher, I want to choose and try between different LLM models. These are the use cases. How do you do this? Same traditional PM thing. User personas, ideal customer profiles, customer journey maps, jobs to be done, mom's test. Understand these things and their valuable part is done. And also try to find out the use cases of AI, as in what AI is doing for other products. That's the first valuable part. Then for usable, you can look at the UI, understand where people are stuck, how you can make it better. Same problem if AI is solving, that demands a different kind of interface. For example, both of Google and Perplexity are solving the information problem, like finding the right information, but the UIs are entirely different. So you have to innovate on the same. Similarly, Cursor and this Visual Studio Code and Sublime Text, although they might have the same kind of UI, but how it acts at the back end is going to be different. So you have to understand that UI part and all. And then usable part is there. And then in terms of feasibility, there are few things that product managers can understand. But my advice generally is understand the basics. I'll tell you some basics in this class as well. You can understand more basics. But don't try to kill yourself if you cannot go ahead and understand that algorithm that AI is going to use at the back end. Right? If you don't trust me, go ahead, go to Andres Karpathy's videos around how he explains LLMs to individuals. Okay. Look at that video. I think that's a 3.5 hour long video. You will get like a very good understanding of how things are explained and what you are supposed to know. You do not have to get into the trenches of deep tech because then you are going to demotivate yourself. Do it once you have a purpose. You understand what you need to do and then you can get into the trenches. Yes. And then there is a viability part as well, which is cost of tokens you have to consider as a PM, infrastructure cost. So cost of tokens is going to help you understand how to write your evaluations correctly so that it gets, let's say, least amount of tokens and saves you some cost, pricing and monetization strategy, fitment with the company strategy, possibility of scale, business partnerships. Also, there are a few considerations. If an engineering is going ahead and developing the same, generally engineers have a tendency to over optimize or pre-optimize, premature optimization, like you call it. So they'll focus on cost of tokens and all. But you as a PM will understand that in 0 to 1 problems, you don't have to even focus on the scale right now. Just get the validation there. And then you can think about all of these things. So use the best model for 0 to 1, and then you can see what you can go ahead and do. So understand this perspective, someone has to bring. And this is super critical for succeeding in making sure that the product is being successful. And this is being missed out if you focus on the wrong things as an AI PM.
I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.